What's going on, YouTube fans? It's your boy Big Jason D here. I just want to show you guys what I've got here. This is my 2005 Ford F150. I have been working with Crutchfield and most importantly Sky High Car Audio on upgrading my stereo system. To start, I've got, you see all the power wires in here. This is the big 3 alternator upgrade. I actually did this myself using some extra 4-gauge power wire that I had courtesy of Sky High Car Audio. As you can see, all of the heat shrinks, wire ferrules, rings, ferrule rings and things like that have all come from Sky High Car Audio. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they are one of the leading car stereo companies on the internet today. They're fantastic. The equipment that they have, the prices, the shipping, customer service is all top-notch. You can see there, I've got the TW420 super tweeter from DS18. I don't know if you can actually see inside the door speaker there. You can't really see inside the grill. But if I take that off, I just want to show you what I've got in here. I've got a set of the DS18 5¼ inch door speakers. The truck came stock with 6x8s. So you can see the mounting plate that I had to make in there in order to mount the 5¼ I have those in the front doors and the rear doors as well. Getting ready to switch the rear door speakers though. I'm going to change those to 6.5s. And I'm going to get another set of the DS18 6.5s, and I'm going to get the DS18, I believe they're the TW120s. I don't think I need quite as much in the rear as I do in the front. So this middle box here that you see, that's actually where a jump seat normally sits, but I pulled that jump seat out. I made a box, and inside the box there is a 12-inch Rockford Fosgate punch sub. Now obviously that didn't come from Sky High Car Audio. They sell much more competition level equipment there. However, I'm a little older, and so when I was young, Rockford Fosgate was, the premier audio equipment. And so when I started rebuilding my system, that's where I started. And I was looking for 8-gauge speaker wire, and that's when I ran across Sky High Car Audio. Since then, I have started changing everything. I actually started this build with a set of 6x8s for the front, the power by Rockford Fosgate, 3-ways, and some tweeters, and it wasn't enough. So I'm going to take you guys and show you the back seat also. So as you can see, this under the seat box that I have was provided by Amazon, actually. It's a Q-Bomb dual 10-inch ported enclosure, and in there you can't see them, but I've got 2 of the P3 D4 punch tins, and don't get me wrong, they are, for shallow mount subs, they're phenomenal. However, they're not enough for me. I want to see metal waving and moving when my subs hit. And so I'm actually in the process of getting rid of those, and I'm getting 2 of the DC Audio Level 2 10s. They have a 5.5-inch mounting depth, which is exactly what my box holds. So with a little bit of ingenuity on the box itself, I'm going to be able to mount those subs in perfectly without having to get the LMI seat lift kit. and raise my back seat by 2.5 inches. Eventually, however, I am going to pull the back seats out completely, and I'm going to build a box in there, and then I'm going to set the seats on top of the box. Now, what we're looking at here is the amp rack that I have built. Everything is run through the cab and into the truck box in the back. I've added some extra locks for security, and fortunately I live in a pretty decent neighborhood. So what we have back here is we have a Taramps 800x4. Taramps is a Brazilian amp company. I watched a bunch of dyno testing being done on it. The dyno testing is fantastic. They all rate so much higher than what they actually say they are. So this 800x4 easily pushes its 800x4, and in scenarios, certain scenarios and circumstances, it could be as much as 1,000 to 1,300 watts that are running dynamically to these. I'm running all of my door speakers and super tweeters off of this 800x4. Next to it, you see I have got the Rockford Fosgate R2 750x1 monoblock amp. It is the newer version of the 750x1. It's got the clean calibrated level, eliminates audible noise technology on it. So basically it's got an oscilloscope built into the amp and lets you set your gain levels, your punch EQ, your input and your output, so that it is clean as possible. Of course, you see a lot of that wiring there was provided again by Sky High Car Audio. You can note the signature blue and black 8-gauge speaker wire, and for the subs, the 12-gauge wire for the door speakers and tweeters, as well as the heat shrinks that have exactly, it's an amplifier install package from Sky High that's just fantastic. It really helps out. The third amp that you see there, that is a Rockford Fosgate 600x5. Honestly, it was something that I ran across, that it was a deal I couldn't pass up. I could probably be running my 112-inch sub as well as all of my door speakers off of that one amp, rather than having the 3 with this Taramps 800x4 in here. But I had already had the Taramps coming, so I went ahead and stuck with it, and I'm glad I did. It's a fantastic amp. I've got the gains turned so far down just to be able to keep up. The system is phenomenal. I'll show you the radio in just a minute. We're gonna go ahead and get that closed up. I've got the Jesse Forte 22-inch rims, a set of Joy tires. I can't remember the name of the tires. I found them online. 275 45 22s. They were quite nice, really reasonable price. Also, if you look at Sky High Car Audio, they offer financing through Snap, Bread, and Acima, which are all fantastic companies. They let you, with no credit, good credit, bad credit, doesn't matter. They let you pay over time. Fantastic. My wife was listening to music last night. I better stop that before I get any copyright hits for it. Anyway, this is a JVC KW75 BT deck head unit. I'm going to do a review on that in just a minute. I haven't found one of those online anywhere, so I think it'd be a perfect review to do. I just wanted to show you guys what I've started working with and what I've been building. Like I said, I'm getting ready to get the 2 DC Audio Level 210s, and I'm going to put those in that box in the back and replace the 2 punches that are in there now. As far as amps go, I think I'm going to go with the Taramps 1800 monoblock amp. They are 600 watts RMS for the 2 DC audios. And it is an 1800 watt amp, so it's going to be over pushing it a little bit. But the 1600 watt wasn't available, and I'd like the headroom to grow a little bit in case I do decide to pull the back seats out and change them around. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll give you guys some more updates whenever I get the new equipment in.